Salutations and greetings from Marge. It's kind of amazing how a $12 haircut, that thing is ginormous, can make you feel like $1,000,000. That's why I love hairstylists. I feel schwanky and not like Hillary Schwanky in that, what's that, Boys Don't Run. I think it took place based on actual events in fucking Nebraska. It wouldn't surprise me. People in Nebraska are threatened by people that look like me. I've had a lot of doors closed in my face. It's been weird. Anyway, I'm very unprincipled and plain rude. So, it ain't my karma. It's a beautiful day. I'm doing this early. I'm actually feel like I'm almost gonna make myself feel rush because there's a psychic fair in Sally, Oregon. I'm gonna go see what that's about. I've recently been reminded that sometimes I have pictures of how things are in your mind, and then when you get there, they're so different. I found a go-to phrase, but that's nice too. So I'm curious as to see what the psychic fair in Salem, Oregon is about. I'm going to take my camera and take some photos downtown. Yesterday it was a cute little exchange. In the morning before I did my videos, I don't really follow statistics in the way of like how many numbers game kind of thing. I don't look at it that way. I look at it different. I look at it as, actually I have more fun keeping track of the fucking discrepancies in the software, the terrible HCI that YouTube, human computer interface that YouTube has. It's just freaking, it's kind of hard to, it's like watching Family Matters when Urkel, you know he's gonna do something stupid, just like, or someone's gonna get caught and get smarter or something, or some bumbling fool's about to fall down. You just know it, because I'm a fool, so I know what that feels like. And my whole train of thought derailed because this song. So yesterday I was thinking about how I have 88 followers, and I was like, well, I wonder when I'm gonna, because I've heard a few people share with videos that I've watched, share their experience about how they've run into people that watch their videos, and some people are D-bags, and you know, they have like freaking like a really high number, but they're total tools. And then I think, oh yeah, Jackass 2, I remember when that was the #1 movie in the nation. So as far as I'm concerned, it's the asses that follow in masses. So it doesn't hurt my feelings if my number is 88. 88 is great, and I prefer to grow my community circle. I hope to expand that organically, naturally, as Earth intended, because, you know, we have thumbs. And I was reminded today. Oh, anyway, so I was buying toothpaste yesterday, and we started talking about the water situation here in Salem, Oregon that could have been prevented, and I talk about that in other videos. It's not for here now. So I started saying things that I had said in my video that I had just uploaded, and then I wish I remember her. I need to look at her name tag next time, and I will say it. And she was bobbing her head, just getting, you could feel her getting all fired up and excited, and she's like, oh, I know, I watch, I subscribe. And I was like, oh, you made my whole day. And you gave me the weird kid bounce. So if you give me a weird kid bounce and I'm smiling all over face, that's a good thing. If the eyebrow goes up and I'm bouncing, but there's no smile to be seen there, I know who you are. And I will act accordingly. So I was also reminded that we are human beings, and we are the only, to our knowledge, and it will never be, well, with the science up until this point, proven or disproven, that other animals and like have a conscious that can go deeper or higher in frequency or dimensions, awareness, spirituality, knowing. To my knowledge, I don't think otters can do that. Maybe they can. I do know how to read animals, though. I am telepathic with animals, and I'm a freaking empath. I read everything around me. I believe the trees around us, when they say nature speaks to me, this is what I mean. You can put your own meaning on it yourself. Every variety of tree, like every pine tree, they're all related. They're all pine trees. They're their own frequency. They all maintain the same status quo. There's no pine tree on the earth that thinks it's better than any other pine tree. They're just all pine trees. And when you do something of low vibration, that pine tree records that action, as nature does, all the trees around you. So consider the fact that someone else is on the other side of the world and you've done something ill of them. And they don't know it yet, but they think about you. And they're sitting next to a pine tree. That pine tree's going to tell. That's how I get so much of my knowledge from verification from my surroundings. See, people just think of them as like sirens in the background and honking cars and kids that trip and even more random things the more significant they are. If you pay attention to what you're thinking about at the instant, like somebody honks their horn, and you're like wondering about it, should I do it or not? Consider that verification. I mean, take it to your own account. Everybody has a different frame of reference. Your readers are different. But take all this stuff that you hear around you into account. And birds, animals are big. That's why people read animal totems. When you're thinking about something, you see a freaking otter and you're in downtown Chicago, like, and you're like, see 2 or 3 of them. Consider, go home, read what it means to see what the otter in the animal totem world. We were supposed to be custodians of this planet. We were supposed to take care of this planet. There was a time that this Turtle Island, the nation of the United States of America Corpland now, America Corp, that it didn't know guns, it didn't know money, it didn't know the vibration of that lower frequency. Money, greed, guns, alcohol. All of that stuff was an idea that it was opposed upon the people that were here. And then they were taken advantage of. Because they live in a spirit where everybody takes care of everybody. So you think just like me. I think because I'm truthful, I think everybody's honest to me. And I've had to learn a lot of very difficult lessons to know that frequency, because people will smile at your face and say all the right things, and they want the worst for you. And it doesn't matter if these people can be in your family, these people can be in your local government, acting like they want your best interest and keep secrets for 6 days. When has that ever benefited anybody, keeping a secret? Inducing a vibration of fear and panic. Seems like in any other position, if you don't get your job done correctly and you make a blow it big, then you all should be fired. And perhaps get the people of the land, for the land, in there that know how to take care of the land and read the differences and see how what is happening around us is impacting our environment. Yep. This is not something new. You just have never gotten off your lazy asses and been innovative enough because you're too busy with your greedy bells and whistles and your fancy suits and your white shirts, and you're picking up your laundry from the press and sucking this guy's ass and trying to make friends with them and making sure your whole department gets brand new fleets so you don't have to put the miles on your own car on the dime of the citizens that can't drink the water. You can. They just really recommend that you don't. So, here we are. I'm getting ready to go to my psychic fair. So let nature tell you. Listen to it. It can confirm and deny what you know to be true, if you allow it. So as being the custodians of the fort, what happens that's what I was going to say, is it seems like any other person in any other position, they have a job and they don't do it right, they get fired. So Let this be an example that if you look around your infrastructure and think about the monetary funds that are absorbed but are actually being implemented, there should be a lot of people getting fired because they're not doing their jobs. Water, electricity, things that people need to live, to survive. I don't, but most people do. Well, water, I need water, but not electricity. Not running water. But a lot of these creature comforts, they should not be sold in exchange on the stock exchange. It's not your business. It's your responsibility to your local community. So that's what happened with the idea of alcohol and manipulation and greed. These guys with their swinging egos started making up all these rules, all this control, all based in your ego, and they were stupid. Like, you want to look at some rules. Look at the mentality of, like, women can't ride on a wagon in downtown Omaha on Sundays. Look at the laws that still exist. I mean, these people are fucking idiots. Stop at a sign because it says so if you're in the middle of nowhere and no one else is around. And that's what's funny is so many people are waking up that they're fucking liars and nobody freaking is going to listen to you anymore. And you keep making your trash cans smaller and charging more for garbage, people are going to stop paying for it and they're just going to be like, fuck you. They're burning their own trash. And if you don't like it, I'm sure that there's going to be private property where people will just, have their friends come out and hang out and burn their trash. So hope they don't cause more forest fires, which have incidentally, along with the volcanoes, now there's forest fires, they've begun. Not too far away from where there's lemon-sized hail in Montana yesterday. So that ain't biblical at all. It's just how it is, right? Anyway, I'm going to go shed my light today because I feel great. That's what light workers do. We raise people's vibrations. That's how we save the world. We don't save the whole planet. Well, we kind of do, but what I do is if I can make any situation I step into better than it is when I left, no matter what it is, I don't have to disclose it. You can come up with your own ways to do it, whether it's making somebody happy with laughter or just helping them in some capacity or just standing by and be like, you know what? And that's what's cool about things like psychic fairs that I'm hoping about, because you can stand next and it's a safe environment to be like, you know what? I feel like you're just really kind of struggling right now. And I know what that feels like. Just know that. I ain't trying to fix it. Just trying to relate. Just one human being to another. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.